has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's pain-free Friday. Ferrall's doling out minutes on the mahogany, waxing it up. 100, 200, the bad seed, the broken, the bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-it-up. Ooh, woo, woo. Along with the Tutty and Tater King himself, the founder of the ILC podcast, the right shoulder, the sheet of integrity. And to put it with the golf guru, Charles Schwab style, Carver. Hi this afternoon, ladies. You know Mafia's out. We've had Frank the Tank, and now, listen to this, a developing story in the Spew newsroom. It is Preston Pacer in the driver's seat today with Indy up 1-0 on the Knicks, working with Luke Camilfala. The rundown on today's show, a double shot with Morency this very hour from British Columbia, and then in the second hour, Elvis will be in the building. Denny Bernstein from the fourth period in NHL Radio on Sirius XM, and then a double shot in the coup de grace, the final hour of love before the holiday weekend with Coach James Young talking rack and upsetting Preston Pacer. Little does he know that I have been riding the Pacers for 3 months. Little does poor Preston know that I bet on the Pacers in game 1. Little does Preston, formerly Pearson, know that I am betting on the Pacers again tonight. What? Carver, hi, I have to tell you something. You look fantastic today in your All-American outfit. And I just wanted to say, speaking of All-Americans, I just watched season 7 of All-American on Netflix. It's the worst show in the history of television. Absolute, the worst actors ever. And I've watched like 5 million episodes. Loved every minute of it. Terrible, just horrific script writing and producing and directing. And I loved every minute of it. And finally, I want to add that I have watched today. Today I sat down and watched the 1-hour wood chipper shredding of Brett Favre on Netflix.
Ooh.
The Fall of Brett Favre. That is a 1-hour show you got to get your hands on. I watched this thing. I mean, they absolutely destroy Brett Favre. I mean, from the, you know what, D-picks to stealing money from the poor. I mean, they crucify this guy like no other. Like, they build him up like this hero, and then they just take him right down to the ground.
Yeah, I had only seen those, like, you know, that 1-minute trailer that's been out for the last few weeks, because I guess it came out this week, right? Is this week when they put it out?
It came out this week, and it's number 1 already.
So you could tell in just the 1-minute trailer that they put out that they were going to put him in the wood chipper. There wasn't going to be any, well, you know, Brett was a good kid at Southern Miss, and then Brett did this for, you know, Brett was a good person in the Green Bay community. But there was going to be none of that. I mean, they went right out and just...
You know who was on it? Just the whole thing was our boy Billy Michaels. He was all over it. And then, you know, the chick that he had all the problems with, that's my buddy's wife. So Cody's married to her. So I don't get involved in saying nothing bad about her because I'm good friends with Cody. So I got nothing but love for her and for Cody. And I feel horrible that it happened to her. And I've told him before when she was at Florida State as the cowgirl, remember when Brett Musburger, he's like, 15,000 men are going to apply to Florida State by tomorrow morning when she was in the front row of that game. And then she rose to fame and then had all the problems with Favre. So the story, she's all over it too. Like the entire hour, she's like the number 1 person on it. I'd say Bill Michaels is number 2. They have that Jameel Hill chick on there. Meanwhile, her middle name is controversy, that one. Black and white, get her going on Race in America. You'll be there all weekend. But it was really good. And it was a really damning, and then at the end, Brett Favre refused to be interviewed for this documentary.
Oh, I wonder why.
The governor refused to be interviewed. The head of the funds, the lady that stole all the money, they all face criminal charges. I mean, it is just a fantastic hour of debauchery. I loved every minute of it.
Well, if I find some point over this holiday weekend, maybe late night during if it rains a little bit, maybe I'll be able to sit down and watch.
Yes, sir.
Although I've got like 6,000 other things that I haven't watched yet either. That I still have to watch as well. But
problematic.
We'll put it on. It is a Friday. Happy Friday here.
Yes, sir.
Holiday weekend Friday, right?
Yes, sir.
Holiday weekend Friday. That's why we've got the stars and bars out for today.
So get it straight. We have no show Monday. Is that about right?
That's correct. Yes, that is correct. But
that is a
there will
fantastic bit of news.
But SportsGrid will be rocking a lot of in-game live for all the baseball on Monday. So
we're 24/7. We have
to keep
fully
it going
operational.
We do have some things happening right now. That includes one afternoon baseball game. Remember, they rained out the Orioles and the Red Sox last night, so that means that they're playing two today at Fenway. Game one of that doubleheader. Orioles have a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the fifth as they progress along at Fenway. They'll play again tonight. We will give you the numbers for that later on. Also, in terms of live action, round 2 of the Charles Schwab Challenge down at Colonial in Fort Worth, where Bermuda Ben Griffin going off this morning for 7 under, now in the lead at 11 under. How about that? Chris got her up and get him down at 8 under. Matty Schmid at 8 under, who was Joey Pron's pick this week, but then he didn't bet him. So that's always good when you pick somebody and then you don't bet him, and then he's going to win the tournament. So if you want to get your tickets in on Matty Schmid, I would go do it now. I guess the story would have to be, the cuts -1, and that's where. How about Scotty? When was the last time we sat here on a Friday and said Scotty Scheffler's on the cut line
I think he got hurt.
of a tournament?
Isn't he in pain or something?
I think he was in a little bit of pain, but he did finish his round. He shot 1 over today. He's 1 under. He's going to probably get through, though, right there on the cut line, and then he'll probably go out early tomorrow morning and shoot 10 under or something like that. So we shall see. But other than that, we get ready for big weekend of playoff action. Of course, the Thunder are up 2-0 after a second-half smashing of the Timberwolves last night. Not a sweat. Really good first half. Took it away from them in the second half. And what we're really getting ready for is, as you mentioned before, Knicks-Pacers, Game 2, tonight at the Garden, Mecca in New York City, as we see if the Knicks can rebound after an absolute all-time meltdown in game number 1 to lose to the Pacers. It was a fail. It was a major fail. So we got Game 2 tonight.
Well, one thing is certain. Frank is down at 33rd and 7th right about now. And he's already been pouring tequila all over his body and been set on fire twice. He's going to be there, hopefully, for his sake, celebrating tonight. And then we're going to see what kind of game we can get brewing. I would think, I actually said to my son today that they're in their heads after that. Don't tell me the Pacers aren't in the Knicks' heads. The Knicks are acting all cool, like, etch a sketch, just wipe it off. It's Game 2. It's a whole new day. Yeah, sure. No one recovers from a game like that ever. And I hit the Panthers last night, and I hit the Thunder last night. I mean, what don't I hit? Honest to Christ.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
Vegas knows how to show love to our everyday heroes. So if you're a first responder, you are in for some perks. Lots of hotels and casino offer big discounts to any first responders who can show valid work or volunteer ID. So treat yourself to a discounted stay. You deserve it. See you in Las Vegas. Let's get lucky.
Still underdogs at home, on the road, and all of these games. It's time for people to start understanding it's a legitimate team that has a chance not only to win the series against Cleveland, but also maybe even go all the way to the NBA Finals.
I think a lot of the focus has been on why the Cavs have not played particularly well. A lot of that is due to injury, of course, but I think that's taking too much credit away from what the Pacers have done.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Derek Carr has called it a career after 11 NFL seasons.
I think they knew before the draft that they had to make a move at this point. And by the way, Derek Carr did have a pretty good career, made as many Pro Bowls as Eli Manning. So based on that, he should go to the Hall of Fame like Eli Manning. Well, Eli Manning does have a couple rings at that point, but always wanted to take a shot at Manning, who should not actually be in the Hall of Fame. Shouldn't be questioned an under 500 quarterback for his career. Stop the Manning.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high, but the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5 point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. It's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Ferrall has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast.
You know, Sports Rage is weeknights at 10. Everybody's talking about it. And you can watch it on all of our TV outlets. You can listen to it on all of our radio and satellite radio. It's just everywhere. And we get Morency for a double shot every day. When he gets out of bed, it's just fantastic. And it's really well-deserved on our end. So last night, not only did I hit the Panthers, but I had the Bennett and Kachuk double on anytime goals. And, I mean, they beat their ass like a rented mule, 5-0. You can't tell me they're not living rent-free in their heads. And, I mean, everybody was in on it. I mean, who didn't score in that game last night for Florida? And now they're going back to the Sawgrass, where the PF Changs, you can get a table an hour before the game and have Mongolian beef. Maybe run into Waldo and go watch them win the next two as well.
We talked about it earlier in the week, and the diversity of the Florida Panther team, in which they had like 18 guys who have scored in the playoffs. That's what makes them so difficult. We talk about the Pacers. You can't really isolate, one player. Same thing with the Panthers. We talk about it, Scott. They don't have like a number one offensive line per se, like teams do. Or like, yeah, our top two lines create offensive pressure, and our third and fourth line play defense for us. They're just like battering rams. They're like pit bulls on poodles, bro. It's the best way of describing the Panthers. They're the pit bull, and right now the Hurricanes are the poodle. And you just said it right there about rent-free. This is all psychological, right? It's not like the Carolina Hurricanes suck. Like, this is clearly in their head right now. The Panthers are in their head. We have to get off to a strong start early in the game is in their head, and it backfires on them.
They scored a goal, and we're offsides.
Like, it's just constant, right? Like, they're constantly down, like, right away. It's like, oh, we're losing again. Oh, it's 1-2 now. And now, like, it snowballs. I mean, a lot of guys, Scott, were not on the team, right? We talk about this, how pass pressure carries over to modern teams. A lot of these dudes on the Hurricanes, they couldn't even tell you who was on the team, right, when this streak started. But here they are right now, and a lot of guys were on the team from 2023 when they got swept by the Panthers. So now it's starting to snowball. You have to wonder, too. I'll put it this way. Look at the fallout with Toronto and what happened with the Toronto Maple Leafs. They just took the Panthers to 7.
But that's nothing compared to losing 14 straight. Seven game 7 losses is halfway to 14 conference losses in a row in the finals.
So if where I'm going with this is Rod Brindamore's lucky that Raleigh, North Carolina is not a hockey market, Scott, because he'd be fired, point blank. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if you were the coach of the New York Rangers and you lost, you were the coach, you're done. Dolan would have fired you after two sweeps in a row, right? Like now you're getting the 4 range. Like I brought this up, like he's lucky he's in a non-hockey market and not an angry sort of fan base and angry media. Like Montreal, like dude, like Montreal would cut the passport up. Like they'd throw batteries through his window. You got to leave. Like you got to go. Like you're done. So it's getting ugly. And I like Brindamore as a coach, but they're hitting the wall. And I only bring this up with Brindamore, Scott, is because you look at the Carolina Hurricanes, and I guess North Carolina's not tax free, but it's they have pretty low taxes there. You can play golf. You've got nice weather there. Why didn't Jay Gensel stay there?
Did you know Adam Kaplan was a shrimp fisherman down there in the Outer Banks?
Really? Another surprise to me anymore. So look at Gensel. Gensel didn't stay there, Scott. Look at Rantanen. They traded for Rantanen. Rantanen was like, no.
He ran.
And what's the common theme here? Brindamore. That's what I'm getting with this.
So I'm doing the Thrashers games, right? And they take me to Raleigh to do the game, and we're staying in this Embassy Suites. It's like the only hotel near 5 miles from the rink. And everyone goes, "Hey, Ferrall, come on, we're gonna go out to the country western bar." And I said, "Yeah, listen, I don't do country western bars, and we're gonna get some blow." And are we on the air? No. And I go, I'm gonna drink a bottle in my room. I'm not going anywhere in this town with anybody. In the country western bar. What? Are you kidding me?
You stay out of trouble there. The Panthers, there's a team photo of the Panthers. They all went out to Dairy Queen together. So I guess there's not a lot to do.
That's it. It's so bunk. It's almost green. It's the Green Bay of hockey.
Like when you're in the playoffs and teams go to Montreal, the coaches warn people. I swear to effing God, if you go to this place or this place and do not go down that street because you're going to be tempted. In Raleigh, the Panthers are like, what are we going to do? I don't know. Let's go to Dairy Queen. They went to Dairy Queen together.
Well, that could be worse. All right, so tonight the Oilers, do you think they'll get any power plays after they gave the Dallas Stars 32 power plays in Game 1?
Yeah, you know what, though? I'm not going to blame the referees. The Edmonton Oilers were undisciplined. They play on the edge, the Oilers, right? And it caught up to them. They got the 3-1 lead, and they sort of got a little cocky. And, all right, now let's just sort of start hitting them. That's the whole thing, right, in the modern NHL. Paul Maurice, the Panthers, the Oilers, they get it. You get the lead, and you start drilling the other team to build up the hits and try to wear them down as the series goes on. I think the Oilers will be fine tonight, Scott. I really may. I still think they're going to win the series. No panic. You and I talk about it. This team's got no panic. And they were legit angry after the game the other day. Connor McDavid is a very good angry player. Like when he gets angry,
right?
Like the Oilers are good at bouncing back. Like you want to hear some F-bombs? You be in the room tonight before that Oiler game. You should hear how that team talks how McDavid talks. Every second word is you effing better, you effing, and they'll be ready to go tonight.
Okay, so listen to this. My buddy has a 5-leg parlay for $13 worth $270,000, and all he needs left on it are the Thunder and the Oilers. His buyout today is 24 large. What do you do?
Wow. Well, for that type of money,
I would
play it out.
One of the legs, and so are the Liberty, and I think Ohio State was the other.
I'm playing it out still. Still too early in the series to panic. You got to play it out. Oilers will be fine. And then you get to the finals, and I got to tell you, I think you probably will agree. If there's one team that can beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, Scott, the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, no, they can't.
They're the one team that can match up with them.
No, they're going to hit a wall there. That's going to be the end of them.
buy or sell, Devers will be traded this season. Let's also not forget that there's $300 million on the table due to Devers, which eliminates him from, what would you say, like 17 teams?
Oh, I would think more than 17, maybe 27. That's a joke, but how many teams could afford him? All right, 5, 6. How many teams need a third baseman who can't play third base? You know, how many people want to deal with his attitude? He hasn't come off looking good at any of this. Whether you believe he should have anyway, he doesn't look good at this. Will he be traded? No, he won't be traded. The salary alone makes it highly unlikely. He's a great hitter. All right, no doubt he can hit. But other than that, there's too many between the money and the attitude and no really position for him here. He's not getting dealt anytime soon.
Buy or sell, if the season ended today, Hunter Brown would win the American League Cy Young Award.
Hunter Brown has been fantastic. All right, the guy that Craig's teasing, by the way, is Tariq Skubal of the Detroit Tigers here, who's certainly right up there with them. Max Fried for the Yankees has had a fantastic season. They finally lost a start where he pitched in against Seattle the other day. They'd won every start. He's been fantastic. The season ended today with Hunter Brown winning the American Cy Young Award. I certainly couldn't argue it if he did. That being said, he's going up against Skubal, who won it last year, going up against Fried of the Yankees. My guess is he wouldn't, that he'll need a year. You understand what I'm saying? He needs a year before he can get that kind of recognition if he's tied with somebody. If he's clearly ahead, then I think he would win here. But as of right now, would he win it? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say it would be probably Max Fried.
Fantasy Sports Today. Weekends starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Only on SportsGrid.
Preston's talking about Indiana, and he grew up in Terre Haute, Indiana. And I said, Larry Bird doesn't suck. I know Terre Haute sucks. I grew up as a little kid in Valparaiso, which is up by Northwest Indiana, by basically near South Bend, 45 minutes from South Bend, but there's no other town to talk about. What do you talk about? Portage or
where's Bird from? French Lick, right?
Or Bird's from French Lick.
Like that's real trailer type stuff. That's real. That's real beaten downtown. Yeah.
And so I'll never forget when I took my son to Indiana and he was going to transfer there. He got into IU. He went to San Diego State, but he was going to transfer. And we're driving from the airport, and we stayed at the
I like
Steelers
your son's
airport.
style. He's like,
game.
not Indiana. I'm going to SDSU.
Listen, we went to the Colts Steeler Monday night game. The Steelers won. The next morning we get up, we drive to Bloomington. It's 45 minutes, and we're driving down, and he goes, what is it, like farms? And I go, yeah, that's all. It's farms.
You study agriculture.
He goes, I'm staying at San Diego State. I took him he partied. He had the best time ever. There were chicks. They were getting their swerve on, going, drinking, doing narcotics, everything else. I took him to dinner. He goes, it's a hillbilly town. Get me out of here. I'm going to San Diego State with all that G-string ass. Are we on the air? We are.
I've always wondered as well, Scott, anybody, I know you've been there, like when the first time I saw Pepperdine's campus and I went to Pepperdine
in
Malibu. And I looked at someone, I said, how the hell, is this team not better? How, does anyone come here and ever leave?
Right.
Say, hey, I'm staying, I'll play for you. You know what I mean? Pepperdine, guys, is literally Malibu overlooking the ocean and you're like, dear God. It looks like the Playboy Mansion or something. You drive by, you're like, what the hell is going on over there? You see these girls coming in and out. The beach is there. They got a great volleyball team, really good baseball team. They got the baseball stadium right there by the ocean. That's so badass there.
It's religious, though. They make you.
They're Jesuits, eh?
You have to take religious classes. And my son got into Pepperdine because he's really smart. And he got accepted. And you should have heard the bullshack letter he wrote to get in. You have to do a whole thesis on God, and he did it, and he got in, and he never went there. My buddy's son goes there And, he sent me pictures of him surfing and stuff. It didn't look like he was going to church, but I mean, Malibu is awesome. I'll give you that. All right. So Thunder last night, do it again, Gabe. And tonight it's the Pacers, and you're taking a flyer at 5-1 on the Pacers to win it all. I think they'll lose to the Thunder in the finals. I think they'll beat the Knicks.
Well, my deal with this is I'm not ready to say that the Pacers are going to – and listen, the Pacers haven't beaten the Knicks yet. And you could also argue – so my point was, guys, coming into the series, the Pacers were plus 750 to win the championship, and the Knicks were plus 500. It's sort of reversed. And I said before the series – if whoever you like, if you like the Knicks or the Pacers, I would just take it because you're getting a big-time number. At least you have something to work with going into the finals. You can bet on the Oklahoma City Thunder when they play at home. But now the debate is, okay, are the Knicks going to win the game outright tonight? Because if the Knicks win tonight, suddenly the Pacers are going to bounce back up to plus 700, and I could just wait till they go back home. But with all that being stated, Scott, I wouldn't be surprised if the Pacers won outright tonight, actually, again. And instead of coming back, they just win the game. I think, like the Toronto Maple Leafs, guys, the Knicks, it backfires playing at MSG. We saw it, dude. Remember the first time against the Celtics? Everybody paid all the money. They sucked, right? And you got all these, there's all this feeling, and everyone's partying outside.
And so this is the second time here.
This is the second time here, but the difference is they're not a depleted team, right? And the Pacers are not the Celtics that take 65 3-point shots a game. The Pacers are playing with house money tonight. They get off to an early start. That Garden's really going to get down and out. Put it this way. I can see the Knicks winning tonight, but it'll be tough for them. Like, the Pacers aren't rolling over tonight. This isn't one of these, we're happy we got one game. Yeah, give me the 6, and once again, a sprinkle on the money line. And we got to go back to the over. Look, they were at 250 when we went to overtime. It was 125, 125 in regulation, right? Now we're getting 224.5. I got to take the over again tonight.
Yeah, now, listen, the networks don't want to see Thunder Pacers in the finals, but I'll tell you one thing. I don't care what the networks want. I think that series will be up and down like a roller coaster, and the scores will be wild. And I think it would be an insane series. But I hope the Knicks win tonight, so this thing goes to Indy 1-1, and it's a really good series. I want it to go 7, and I want it to be great. I love the Knicks, but I've been betting on the Pacers, as you know, for 3 months, so anything's possible. Gabe, have a great weekend, buddy.
We salute the brave and courageous women and men serving in the United States military, protecting our freedom. Please take time this Memorial Day weekend to honor the memory and sacrifice of our military veterans and their loving families, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in their service to our nation.
I'm not saying this thing is scripted, but damn it, they put those two teams on the first weekend of the basketball season for a reason, because they were expecting some kind of fireworks. They got it. Did Angel Reese overreact? Probably. Did Caitlin Clark have to stare it down? Probably not. There's enough flame to go both sides. But guess who doesn't care? That's the WNBA.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The Tigers
31-17, Matt, on the season. They've got the best pitching in baseball, but don't look now. The Twins are now on their heels at 26-21.
The best hitters can't stay healthy. We obviously saw a situation last week where 2 of those guys got hurt on the same play. So that's the Twins, and I think Twins fans, I'm up in Twins country. Twins fans know that up here, and you're kind of always waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
You are a Pirates fan. I don't think you've got a reason good enough for me to be wearing Met stuff when the Mets are playing the Pirates right now. I don't think I'm gonna go, okay, I see it at the end of your explanation.
I'm gonna put it on Vinny. I'm gonna put it on all the Mets fans. The Pirates won 2 in a row. They fired the manager over the weekend. A new era of Pirates baseball has begun.
Game time decisions. only on SportsGrid.
So the weather here is so bizarre on a holiday weekend. It's supposed to be the start of summer. Meanwhile, it's winter. It's freezing ass. And so the heat kicked on in the studio. And I am just it is sauna city here. I mean, I'm ready. I may have a stroke. I don't know what to think. Like, I can feel myself just sweating down my arms, the whole deal. And I got this stupid blazer on. Honestly, I may have a stroke. So,
well,
Frank's gone. He's at the party. Preston, get that tequila out.
Preston Pacer. Well, it also does, like, this is like one of like the earliest dates you can have, Memorial Day weekend too. Which is, it should be a little nicer than it has been, but you have that factored in as well. So it's going to be, I think we'll be all right in the Northeast at least.
Are you kidding me? It's going to be 65 degrees the whole time, and then Monday's going to be 70 for a high. That's candy ass. You can't even go in the pool.
You get a little heated pool, and you can go in there. I mean, you make it happen.
Who's got heated pools? Like, you go to the town pool, it's freezing.
Oh my God! Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not hanging the town pool on Memorial Day weekend, so we'll be okay. All right, let's roll here.
Freezing.
I'm not going to the town pool this weekend. All right, here we go.
Go to the mob bar. When's the last time you went to the mob bar? You don't go there anymore either with kids.
It's been a while since
they
I've
probably
had
talk
with kids.
smack about you now and there. You used to be a gamer.
They probably do. I used to be in my 20s. I lived there. Now it's it's hard. 20s and 30. Now I don't anymore. It's just the way that it goes. Thunder beat the T-Wolves 118-103. They now lead the series 2-0 as they head back to Minnesota. Close game at the half, but once again in the second half, turnovers, easy buckets, threes. I mean, it was all happening for the Thunder on ESPN.
DiVincenzo floats it into Randall. Stolen by Lou Dort. Alexander Walker with the foul. Counted and one. His cousin fouled him, and SGA with a chance for a three-point play. Rebound, Naz Reid pokes it ahead to McDaniels. Great transition defense and a steal. Williams to Holmgren. Blocked by Reid. Williams puts it up and in on the follow. Multiple efforts from Jalen Williams.
I mean, you saw it right there. Shea, Jay Will, everybody on that team, Holmgren, they all had big games. It's every night. They start getting out and running, and they just start filling it up, and then you're just they python you. They just squeeze you and choke you out. They just they stop you, steal the ball, and then they're running and they got numbers, and then they're alley-oop dunking and everything else, and no one cares at all. Let's just stop already with the cousin stuff. No one gives a rat's ass that he's cousins with Alexander Walker. Just stop already. No one cares. They showed pictures of them in game one as children. Like, what is next? They're going to show their weddings? I mean, honestly, no one cares. I mean, how about this? Shea's kicking his cousin's ass. How's that for a story?
I mean, Shea's pretty good at kicking everyone's ass. 38 points again last night, 8 dimes, 3 steals. It really just doesn't end with him. He now has 5 straight 30-point playoff games. That's a Thunder team franchise record. Jalen Williams chipped in with 26. Chet Holmgren had 22 as well. I didn't know this before last night, but I guess Chris Paul is some kind of big mentor to SGA, I guess, from early in his career. And he showed up last night because, as you saw, they gave him the MVP trophy to the crowd before the game. So he was there courtside to be there for SGA, and he was very appreciative of all of that.
He has been great. Like you said, not only like a big brother, mentor, but just like a friend. He's always there to lean on. He was the first guy in my life that I was like close with. That like achieved the things that I wanted to achieve. And I really leaned on him for like advice, and not only basketball advice, like business advice, taking care of your body advice, like handling your family
winning advice.
when they don't live with you. Like there's so many things that you deal with as an NBA player, especially of his caliber, that go under the radar. And his guidance with that has been great. And like I said, not only as all the mentorship and stuff, but just being there as a friend, he's been special.
You know, Carver High has done a lot of...
It was amazing. Caught me off guard. I had to like double take. I was like, who's that sitting with my wife? I got a little tight, but then I seen it was Chris. I was like, all right, cool.
Whoa. What?
Sitting with his wife, I guess. Chris Paul sat down next to SGA's wife.
There's no difference between what he said and how much help you've given me with my vehicles over the years, Carver High.
There's no question about that. No question about that, indeed. Now, we played all the MVP stuff yesterday with SGA, and obviously he gave all the players Rolexes.
Whoa!
He gave all that ice that all the players got. Chet Holmgren was asked about SGA winning the MVP after the game last night, and he's very selfish about his reasons. He was very happy that he won.
You've been one of the bigger proponents just talking about Shea as MVP. You've done it multiple times, different post-game interviews saying this is the MVP. What does it mean to see him actually raise that trophy?
And means a lot for my wrist.
Look at it.
It means a lot for my wrist.
But have it on right now. Yeah.
It means a lot for my wrist.
Who wouldn't?
Pretty good.
Who wouldn't like that? Some guys buying your teammates Rollies for $50,000 a pop.
You notice how, and too, like, this is how badly they're beating this other team, how badly they're beating Minnesota. Like, there isn't even anything like, we're playing these clips now after both Oklahoma City wins. Like, there's nothing about the actual game. Like, they're smoking them so bad that this guy's talking about Chris Paul. This guy's talking about the Rolex.
And I'm talking about Devers. He just hit a home run, a bomb, his 11th. He's hitting 400 in May. They're up 6-2 now. They were 2-1 when the show started.
Wow. Devers has been on a roll for the Red Sox lately. But that's how easy it is for the Thunder right now.
Yeah.
They don't even have to talk about the game. It's just they have now won 60 games this year by 10 or more points. That's combined in the regular season and the playoffs. They joined the 2016-2017 Warriors as the only teams to do that. Of course, the Warriors finished that year off with an NBA championship, and the Thunder are getting close to doing that as well, Scotty. So, amazing run that they've been on. They might not lose another game. That's how much they're going right now.
I think that, let's face facts. I thought Ant looked a lot better, obviously, having 32, but it took him 26 shots to get it. He was Ball Hog City last night. They don't know what to do with this team. It's that simple. And I told you they were going to D them to death. D him, D Randall, D all of them. I told you DiVincenzo sucks. I told you Conley's a bricklayer. It is what it is.
Yeah, I'll play Finch when we come back, but you even said at the beginning, Randall, guy had 6 points last night. He didn't even play the fourth quarter.
I said it.
That's how bad it got.
He'll have a 30-point night, and then he'll have a 10-point night.
They got nothing out of anyone else. Gobert's had one good game, by the way, the entire playoffs. That was the game that they eliminated the Lakers, and he had the 25-20. He stinks. These guys hitting three. They missed 1 billion threes last night. They're just not hitting shots, and they're not getting stops. Do you think they're going to – I'll ask you this now. I'll give you the numbers when we come back. When we come back on Tuesday, are they going to be gone? Is Oklahoma City going to beat them Saturday and Monday, and this series going to be over?
I think they'll win a game at home, at least. Gentlemen's at best for the Thunder. 6 at worst.
The gentleman's sweep. Everybody loves the gentleman's sweep when we get there.
We salute the brave and courageous women and men serving in the United States military, protecting our freedom. Please take time this Memorial Day weekend to honor the memory and sacrifice of our military veterans and their loving families, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in their service to our nation.
I'm not saying this thing is scripted, but damn it, they put those two teams on the first weekend of the basketball season for a reason, because they were expecting some kind of fireworks. They got it. Did Angel Reese overreact? Probably. Did Caitlin Clark have to stare it down? Probably not. There's enough blame to go both sides. But guess who doesn't care? That's the WNBA.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The Tigers
31-17, Matt, on the season. They've got the best pitching in baseball, but don't look now. The Twins are now on their heels at 26-21.
The best hitters can't stay healthy. We obviously saw a situation last week where two of those guys got hurt on the same play. So that's the Twins, and I think Twins fans, I'm up in Twins country. Twins fans know that up here, and you're kind of always waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
You are a Pirates fan. I don't think you've got a reason good enough for me to be wearing Met stuff when the Mets are playing the Pirates right now. I don't think I'm gonna go, okay, I see it at the end of your explanation.
I'm going to put it on Vinny. I'm going to put it on all the Mets fans. The Pirates won 2 in a row. They fired the manager over the weekend. A new era of Pirates baseball has begun.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
Preston just electrocuted me for yelling Frank earlier. Every time I make a mistake, he gives me 20,000 cc's. I'm connected to several lines that can cause electrical G-force into my body. And it's unfortunate, but this is where we've gotten to on this show today. All right, they named the all-defensive teams yesterday. Very exciting.
Yes, we will. Let me just finish off the rest of this with the Timberwolves and the Thunder first. Ant had 32 in the loss. He's now Minnesota's all-time leading playoff scorer. Who cares? You lost. Who cares if you're the all-time leading scorer in the playoffs? You lost the game. Here's Chris Finch, the head coach of the Timberwolves. Basically nothing went right last night. Nothing.
I thought, again, we didn't close the half very well. I thought if we closed the half better, then we don't put ourselves on such a razor edge in the third. Excuse me. We only had 6 turnovers at halftime. We had a few more in the third quarter. Missed some shots. Didn't finish at the basket, and then led to a bunch of stuff in early attack mode for them.
With the way these two games have played out, just what do you have to say to your guys, or what are you looking for going back home?
Every minute in the series is a chance to find something. So we're going to go back home. This is a good team at home. So we're going to go home and fight for Game 3. I mean, heads up and look at the tape and get ready for Game 3.
I think they'll go home, and what I think I'll see, believe it or not, is they're going to pour in threes in that Game 3 at the Target Center. They shoot better there. They play better there. Like all teams, for the most part, play better in their building with their sight lines and everything else. They know where their comfort spots are, and they get to their spaces, and they knock down shots. I guarantee you they will go off in that third game because really they have no alternative. If they don't, they're going to get swept. And it's, if they go down 3, it's like humiliating. Like it really is. Like most teams, like remember the Leafs, they won the 2 and then Florida went home and they won the 2 games. So go down, to your building and get it done. Win the game, whatever it takes. In fact, I would play dirty as well. because that Thunder team runs and they get out and they get going. And you know what? Where I come from, you got to get to a point where you're like, we're just done with this. We're not having all this running and breaking out and numbers and, advantages. We're gonna take some people out. You're not running up the court. I'll trip you. You're not going anywhere. I will elbow you in the nose. Oh, was that not the greatest thing you ever saw in your life last night? Scott Foster breaking his nose? Was that not the greatest thing you've ever seen with him gushing blood the first minute of the game when he got jacked on that jump ball on his nose? I enjoyed every minute of that. I find him painful.
He's real painful. What I found painful was two things about that. One, we stopped the game for 5 minutes to fix it. Let's go. Scrape him up, get him out, put someone else in if he's taking that long to get ready. And two, did they need to go to the, their dopey rules official?
Javits or whatever his name is.
They just have to find ways to wedge these people into the game somehow. The ref gets a bloody nose. Let's bring in our rules official to find out what happens in these situations. Well, what happens, Dave? Well, they clean him up and they stuff paper up his nose.
They tried about a guy. Did you see the guy cut his eye one year and had 7 stitches?
Oh, my goodness. It doesn't end. These ref people that they put on, it's just too much. They will play Game 3 tomorrow night, 8:30 East, Saturday night in Minneapolis at the Target. The Thunder, -2.5. On the road, 218.5 is going to be the total. And I will give you this note as well about this game. The Thunder as road favorites in the playoffs so far this year. Obviously, that's 5 games that they have played between Memphis and Denver. 0-5 against the spread as road favorites this year. 0-5 in this.
When is that game? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow night. 8:30.
Yeah, I'm on the Thunder tomorrow night with the 2.5. They'll win Game 3 outright. Give me the Thunder on the money line and the 2.5. Hello, lady. Hey, lady.
If Minnesota's gonna get a game in this series, I think it has to be tomorrow. I honestly think that they will completely check out and go home if they lost tomorrow night. I don't even think they'd care on Monday. Just the makeup of the team. I know it's hard to say. I think 3-0, they would just lay it down. They would just completely lay down on Monday. So if they're going to get a game, it's got to be tomorrow, as far as I'm concerned when it comes to Minnesota. But we'll see. So I think we're going to come back. Actually, I think we'll come back Tuesday and it's over. I think we'll have 2 series over when we come back from the long weekend. This one and that Florida-Carolina NHL series. That's as good as over as well. Now, you mentioned we all...
And so the Knicks and Pacers play Sunday at the Field House. So tonight, then Sunday. Sunday's Game 3 in Indy. So we got games all weekend in the NHL and NBA every day, Saturday and Sunday, 2 games each day.
Thank God. And the Knicks are a night on Sunday. They're playing Sunday night of Memorial Day weekend, and the hockey's in the afternoon on Sunday.
Yeah,
so
it's 3 o'clock, that Oiler game, right? That's a noon start in Ferrall, Alberta. I think that's a huge advantage for the Oilers.
I was going to say that when we bring it up later. That's weird that they did that, considering they're playing tonight in Dallas, and they're turning them around to play with the I could see if they were in the same place. With the travel, they're turning them around to play early on Sunday. I'm sure there'll be some belly aching from whoever loses that game on Sunday night, saying that the travel was.
You know what? I don't understand, Mike. Let me just stop you. It's a holiday weekend. Nobody in America's working Monday for the most part. So anyone could stay up on Sunday night and watch any game. Meanwhile, they got the game at 3 o'clock. That's 12 o'clock in Ferrall, Alberta.
Right. Yeah. No, it's 12. It's a very early start. They are going to be loaded up. A little breakfast ball for the Edmonton fans. Some breakfast shooters down there on Sunday morning.
No one likes going to the arena strung out from Saturday night with a hangover. Come on.
Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that.
We salute the brave and courageous women and men serving in the United States military, protecting our freedom. Please take time this Memorial Day weekend to honor the memory and sacrifice of our military veterans and their loving families, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice in their service to our nation.
I'm not saying this thing is scripted, but damn it, they put those two teams on the first weekend of the basketball season for a reason, because they were expecting some kind of fireworks. They got it. Did Angel Reese overreact? Probably. Did Caitlin Clark have to stare it down? Probably not. There's enough blame to go both sides. But guess who doesn't care? That's the WNBA.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
The Tigers,
31-17, Matt, on the season. They've got the best pitching in baseball, but don't look now. The Twins are now on their heels at 26-21.
The best hitters can't stay healthy. We obviously saw a situation last week where two of those guys got hurt on the same play. So that's the Twins, and I think Twins fans, I'm up in Twins country. Twins fans know that up here, and you're kind of always waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
You are a Pirates fan. I don't think you've got a reason good enough for me to be wearing Met stuff when the Mets are playing the Pirates right now. I don't think I'm gonna go, okay, I see it at the end of your explanation.
I'm going to put it on Vinny. I'm going to put it on all the Mets fans. The Pirates won 2 in a row. Fired the manager over the weekend. A new era of Pirates baseball has begun.
Game time decisions. Only on SportsGrid.
I know they don't like me. Listen, I promote everything on this network. I promote every show, every person, and that's just all there is to it. And it never ends. And everyone here knows it. So I got to at least say during Memorial Weekend, whenever they have, what do they have it? They have Memorial and then they have Veterans Day, right? I do these Field of Valor shows. And I've got a new one out on Elgin Baylor. So you can look on Fox Nation. That's where it is. I don't watch Fox ever. I'm not a political person. In fact, I hate all politicians and people, except for fans of SportsGrid. If you're a fan of SportsGrid, I love you. Anyone else, I hate you more than you hate me. Trust me. So it is out there. And I did a feature on Elgin Baylor. And then I think the next one I'm doing is your boy Yogi Berra, Carver High. That's the next one I'm working on for Veterans Day. Yogi.
King of
I do.
King of the
I did
catchphrase.
another one. Which one did I do? Do you remember? I forgot already who I did the first one. Oh, it was Roger Staubach.
Roger
Mr.
Staubach.
Captain America, whatever they called him.
Which was, you liked that one because, of course, the Cowboy-Steeler rivalry in the 70s.
They wouldn't even mention it in the piece because he said, the last question the guy asked me was, what's the best thing you thought of Roger Staubach? I said that he lost to the Steelers twice in the Super Bowl. And they cut it right out of the piece.
Yeah, they probably weren't going to put that on.
Then they told me how great I did. Then the guy's like, hey, you're incredible. It's like Hollywood. The guy, everything I do, you're incredible. I got to tell you, you have really, you're knocking it out of that. Great job again. Listen, we're going to need to tape for 5 hours on Monday for the Yogi. I'm like, oh, God. You know what? I did want to say, I don't watch that channel, but I have noticed it sometimes when I'm changing channels, and I want to sleep with all the women on there. I just wanted to say that.
The NBA All-Defensive Team, first team, Draymond Green, your boy Dort, Evan Mobley, Dyson Daniels, the Great Barrier Thief, and Amen Thompson. They all made it. Zubac, Jackson Jr., Jalen Williams, Kamara from Portland, and Rudy Gobert were the second team for it. Draymond Green is now the fifth player in NBA history to be named on the All-Defensive Team 9 times and also have won a Defensive Player of the Year award. What a huge amount of a list of accomplishments for Draymond
he was
Green.
dressed like a leprechaun the other night on TNT. I wanted to say that, can I just mention, you and I, our favorite player is the Great Barrier Thief. But I also want to mention that my second favorite player on that list is Amen Thompson. I think that guy is a great player. I love the Barrier Thief and Thompson. I hate Draymond Green's guts. And in fact, I wish they'd tape another episode of him with his daughter with the ball that goes over the ridge, and he goes down and he deals with, what are they? Are those like cougars? What are those? Werewolves. What are they? Wolves? Like mountain wolves? I hope the next time he goes over the ridge to get the ball, he's eaten alive. Because in the first commercial, he takes on the animal, and the animal's growling at him, and he gives him this look like, I'm Draymond Green, and then the animal gets scared of him. Yeah, there's no wolf scared of people. Wolves eat people, and then they tear their arms off and eat them. They found a guy the other day, they tore his arm and his torso off. Remember the bear? I told you the bear ate the old man and the dog. Mess with a mountain lion or a wolf, you moron. I hope he gets eaten by a wolf.
You really don't want to mess with any kind of mountain.
I don't ever go over the ridge, Cartwright.
Whatever it is.
Camping.
Like, you even had that, what was the thing with the coyote the other day? Or did you even get to that one yet? The guy with the coyote. It was either him or me, right? The coyote. It was either him or me. The guy
ate the coyote. Yeah. He strangled the coyote to death. Now, Carver and I go camping, and he said to me, you have one job. Get that cooler over here with all the beer in it. Bring that cooler with the beer over to the fire. We got a fire pit, and your job is to bring the beer and drag it over here to the campsite, and then leave it right there, and then we'll sit and drink beer. And that was my whole job. I don't campsite. How about the girl that goes away from the campsite to go to the bathroom and she's eaten by a bear, or she's taken by like Michael Myers, or cut up into pieces, or taken hostage, kidnapped, eaten, cannibals. I never leave the campsite ever. Not even go to the bathroom. Go right in a bottle.
Still underdogs at home, on the road, and all of these games. It's time for people to start understanding it's a legitimate team that has a chance not only to win the series against Cleveland, but also maybe even go all the way to the NBA Finals.
I think a lot of the focus has been on why the Cavs have not played particularly well. A lot of that is due to injury, of course, but I think that's taking too much credit away from what the Pacers have done.
Newswire. Only on SportsGrid.
Malaysia Fawali, who you guys know I am a huge fan, has decided to switch allegiances and stay in league. And now she's going to go play for Kim Mulkey. Her, Flau'jae Johnson in the backcourt. It's going to be interesting to watch. You wonder sometimes with roster construction, maybe too much is not too good.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
Jason Tatum underwent surgery to repair a torn right Achilles tendon. That is obviously a season-ending injury, and that's long rehab. You're talking
that's a year.
That's a year.
I don't wish that on anybody. I don't. I hate that Achilles, knees and ankles. I don't like talking about them. I've said it a million times. But screw the Celtics.
Ferrall, coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
Two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity. I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this once? Oh, Donnie, you've got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, Only on SportsGrid.